Hi Chelsea fans, Chels Daft here, back with another video, and I've recorded this video in response to a man who's making headlines for his comments on Sky Sports Monday Night Football last night, Mr. Jamie Carragher. Now, Chelsea are getting it from all quarters at the moment. We're getting criticised everywhere. There's so much focus and comment being made about our football club that it's just getting beyond the joke, and we're reading all different sort of stuff on a daily basis. Now, Jamie Carragher was at the ground on the weekend, and he was obviously dealing with and commentating with the Chelsea-Newcastle game. He said openly on Monday Night Football he had a couple of heated discussions with some Chelsea fans, but it's his comments that he made last night that just has triggered me to do this video, because I just got to point things out to Mr. Carragher that what he claimed that Chelsea have done over the last 20 years is what Liverpool and Man United have been doing for God knows how long. So what I've done is I've looked at the transfers over the same sort of period of time. The transfers Chelsea made since Abramovich came in, and also Liverpool and Man United. Because what he said, and there's some specifics of what he said that's really sort of riled me. Danny Baker riled me in my other video. Carragher's riled me this time. Let me just take you across to Jamie Carragher and what he said here. So this is his interview featured on Team Talk. And he said this. He turned around and he said, the Chelsea fans are very passionate about their club at this moment, and I feel like the world is attacking them and they're defending their club. I totally get that, but I wouldn't change my opinion on it. And the reason I think it's a little bit hypocritical of Chelsea supporters is because if teams such as Man United with the manager or other clubs with the players are going to take advantage of the situation that Chelsea are in right now regarding a possible approach for Thomas Tuchel by Man United in the summer, he says Chelsea have been doing that for 20 years. That was the big thing of Roman Abramovich coming. We can throw our money about and we get who we want. He then went on to say, the first thing they did was go to Man United and take Peter Kenyon as their CEO. We'll then go to Liverpool and take their best midfielder in Europe and destabilise that club for 2 summers. We didn't get him, i.e. Steven Gerrard. We'll go and get Ashley Cole, and Invincible who's won everything at Arsenal. Yeah, we'll go and get him. We'll get caught tapping up. Doesn't matter. We'll pay the fine. Chelsea have taken advantage of every other club in the last 20 years because of Roman Abramovich. He also mentioned the situation with Sven-Göran Eriksson, who was doing great with England at the time, and Chelsea tried to sign him as a manager. They're going to throw money at the FA. That was his comment last night, and it's really sort of just riled me. He did say, however, that some of the things we've seen at Chelsea, such as closing the club shop and stopping kids from getting Mason Mount on the back of their shirts, I don't agree with that, and I certainly don't want Chelsea to go to the wall. So there was the old sandwich technique. He empathises with the Chelsea fans for feeling like the world's against him. He then has his dig at Chelsea. Then he makes a comment regarding the fact he doesn't want the club to go to the wall. But it's what he said about Abramovich and what Chelsea have been doing over the last 20 years that I wanted to take a look at. So Roman Abramovich took over Chelsea in 2003 and obviously threw a lot of money at the club and players that we signed. So on the same sort of period of time, no sort of real players apart from Harry Kewell that was signed from Leeds, the transfer that summer. Was Harry Kewell one of Leeds' main players back in the day in their title-winning squad? Yeah. Would that have destabilised Leeds? Probably. Season after, Xabi Alonso from Real Sociedad. Is there an argument that at the time he was probably one of their best, most influential players? Anyway, let's look at the next one. So Dirk Kuyt from Feyenoord in 2006-07 season. Was he a main player for Feyenoord at the time? Was he influential at Feyenoord? And Craig Bellamy at Blackburn? Season after, Fernando Torres from Atletico Madrid. Was he a key player for Atletico at the time? I think you find he was. Season after, Robbie Keane from Spurs, Javier Mascherano from West Ham. 2 influential players. What did Liverpool do? Go out and throw money at them and get them signed. They went and spent the Fernando Torres money on Luis Suarez from Ajax. Was Luis Suarez one of their main players? Was him leaving Ajax destabilised Ajax? Andy Carroll Newcastle? No. And then you get into 2014-15. Now this is key here because he makes a comment that Chelsea destabilised Liverpool by trying to sign Steven Gerrard. On the summer of 2014-15 season, coming up to that season, Liverpool went out and stole Adam Lallana from Southampton, Dejan Lovren from Southampton, and Ricky Lambert. Is there an argument by taking those 3 first-team players from Southampton, it destabilises their football club? You get what I'm trying to say here. Season after that, Benteke from Liverpool. Firmino from Hoffenheim. Were they influential for their clubs? Southampton, Sadio Mane. Was he an influential player for Southampton? Wijnaldum from Newcastle. You get what I'm trying to say here. Southampton, Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah from Roma and Southampton. Were those two players influential for their football club? This is the whole point I'm trying to make here. Alisson from AS Roma, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. They go and sign him for 56 million. Does that destabilise Roma? Possibly. A couple of seasons ago, they took Jota from Wolves, one of their best players. Destabilised Wolves. They have to then go and reinvest the money and try and get somebody else in. So his comment regarding Chelsea, looking at what Liverpool have done over the same period of time, is ridiculous. Now, I want to take you to Man United's transfer business over the last 20 years, and you tell me if any of these signings have been influential for their football club and whether or not it would have destabilised their football club that they left. Wayne Rooney, 33 million from Everton. Up and coming, made a big impact at Everton. Bosh, United go in and go and sign him. Nothing they can do about it. Season after, Vidic, Evra. Were they going to be influential for their previous clubs, Spartak Moscow and Monaco? There's an argument, yes, they would have been. Season after that, Michael Carrick from Tottenham. He was an influential player in Tottenham's midfield. Signed 25 million by Man U, taken away from Spurs. Spurs had to try and deal with that, losing that calibre of a player. Season after that, United went out and bought Berbatov from Tottenham. Berbatov was massively influential for Spurs. They went out and signed him. David De Gea from Atletico Madrid. 22.5 million back in 2011-2012 season. Another influential player. Again, you get the general gist. Season 12 to 13, they went and got Robin van Persie for Arsenal. From Arsenal. Was he an influential player? They went and signed Juan Mata from Chelsea. Yes, there's an argument that Mourinho didn't want him, but they went and signed Mata. And Fellaini from Everton. Two influential players at their football clubs. 2014-15 season, poor old Southampton lost 3 players to Liverpool. They then lost Luke Shaw. He went and signed for Man United. Destabilised that poor football club. Angel Di Maria from Real Madrid. Influential player for Real Madrid. Signed by Man United. Paul Pogba from Juventus, 100 million. Would that have destabilised Juve? Mkhitaryan at the time from Dortmund. Would that have unstabilised Dortmund? Lukaku from Everton. Doing great at Everton. They went and swooped and signed him. And they signed Matic, obviously, because that's when Mourinho took over. Losing Matic at Chelsea was a blow. And to be honest with you, we've been trying to find the right combination ever since with N'Golo Conte. We've now seemed to have got it with Mateo Kovacic. 1920 season, they go out and sign Harry Maguire and Bruno Fernandes and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. All 3 influential players that would have destabilised the football club, and the clubs that they left will have a job to try and replace them all. So last summer, Jadon Sancho from Dortmund. Would that have destabilised Dortmund? Probably not, with their recruitment policy, but once again, you get the general gist of what I'm trying to say here. Jamie Carragher's harped on about Roman Abramovich and Chelsea's transfer policy, throwing money about over the last 20 seasons. I think you'll find over the same period of time, both Liverpool and Man United have done exactly the same. So sorry, Mr. Carragher, your argument isn't justified, and it's there, fact, in writing. So why don't you just give us all a break? We're going through a tough time at the moment. We're worried about our football club, and hopefully the sale will go through. We can then try and get contracts resolved and look forward to next season, because right now we don't know if that's going to happen. Hopefully it will, but we don't know. And people like you, unfortunately, making comments like that on a whim on TV deserve to get the response that I'm giving you right now. Make sure you back up what you're talking about with facts and look at your own club and look at the other clubs that in the same time frame, and you'll get an understanding of where I'm coming from. Chelsea fans, ignore it all. Just stick together, stick to your main sources of information, and hopefully we'll come through it. I just wanted to get this video done early this morning because I watched that last night and it really riled me up. So that's my video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, drop a like on it. I know it's been a bit long-winded and hopefully you've watched it right through to the end, but you get the general point I'm trying to make. Let me know if you like the video by dropping a like on it for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't seen the channel already and take a look around. And I'll be back with live match commentary tomorrow. Lille versus Chelsea. We take a 2-0 lead. Hopefully we'll get through to the next round, get some prize money accepted, and we can move forward into the quarterfinals of the club that we are the existing holders of. And have I mentioned, we're also world champions. So when it comes to buying our football club, I think you'll find we are appealing. Anyway, have a great day. See you guys all tomorrow.